Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
You are watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Summerauer. Welcome to 7 at 7 a.m. for Wednesday, January 27th, bringing you 7 minutes of nonstop local news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Let's get started with our top stories this morning, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. Police are asking for help finding a man wanted in connection with an armed robbery of an East Las Vegas store. According to police, the man entered the business on South Nellis Boulevard near Eastern Avenue just before 2 a.m. on December 13th. Surveillance video shows him pointing a firearm at an employee and demanding money. No one was injured. The man is described as 5'9" and 150 pounds. Anyone with information about this robbery is asked to call Metropolitan Police. Las Vegas continues to see high jobless rates. The metropolitan area's unemployment rate for December was more than 10%, the highest rate in the state and much higher than last year's rate of 3.5%. An official with the Department of Employment, Training and Rehabilitation said Las Vegas remains the hardest hit area in Nevada because leisure and hospitality sectors are operating at limited capacity due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Today is the 70th anniversary of a milestone in Nevada's history. Review-Journal videographer Michael Quine takes us back in time.
13 minutes from now, this airplane is going to drop an atomic bomb on your country. You will see it happen.
The first test series Ranger was conducted as airdrops in January, late January, early February 1951.
It was a christening of the Nevada test site.
Able was the first airdrop nuclear device to be exploded on American soil. The test took place on January 27, 1951 at Frenchman Flat, a dry lake bed at the Nevada test site. The 1-kiloton explosion was the first A-bomb of the test series codenamed Operation Ranger, which consisted of 5 airdrop nuclear tests in early 1951.
I don't recall that we saw the fireball. What you saw was the cloud, what you're seeing here. Remember, you're 65 miles away.
The former Nevada test site, now known as the Nevada National Security Site, has the distinction of being the most nuclear-bombed place on the planet.
Now let's take a look at your weather forecast. It's going to be a chilly day in the valley, but not as cold as the beginning of the week. A slight chance of rain and snow showers before 10 a.m. And we'll see mostly cloudy skies with a high of 51 degrees. For the rest of your week, temperatures will increase slightly over the next couple days. Rain chances will also increase after Wednesday with a 60% chance Thursday night into Friday, possibly clearing up by the weekend.
Sports, sponsored by Scenic Brewing Company. With your sports update, I'm Leandre Fox. The Golden Knights' 5-4 loss to the St. Louis Blues was overshadowed by the absence of the entire coaching staff, who missed the game due to COVID-19 protocols. General Manager Kelly McCrimmon assumed head coaching duties and was assisted by the Henderson Silver Knights coaching staff. The Review-Journal's Adam Hill has more on the story.
What we have been told is that it was only one positive test. The determination was made that the coaches were around each other, and so they were not going to be able to be out here, and they were not going to be able to be around the players tonight. But the hope would be there's no spread. We learned from the NFL, oftentimes you have a case, you have 2 cases, and then 3-4 days later you find out, oh, there has been more of a spread. But they believe right now they have isolated the case, all of the testing, all the contact tracing that they've gone through. And then as long as they test negative the next couple of days, they believe they'll be able to proceed. But that was the determination, that there was no close contacts among players. They didn't have to worry about that at this point, and that they can now move forward and try to figure out if there was any additional spread over these next couple of days.
Happy Wednesday, Cassie Soto here with the latest in sports betting. Hundreds of prop bets for Super Bowl 55 will be released on Thursday, but several have already been posted at the Westgate. A few of those being, will the Kansas City Chiefs or Tampa Bay Buccaneers score 3 straight times in the game? Will the longest touchdown be over or under 46.5 yards? Will the largest lead by either team be over or under 14.5 points? And the perennial favorite, will the coin toss land on heads or tails?
In your business news, sponsored by the Vegas Chamber, small business owners have been facing many challenges during the pandemic, and now some relief may be in sight. Carrie Roper has the story. Carrie?
That's right, Renee. Governor Sisolak was joined by local lawmakers and a group of local small business owners yesterday for a virtual small business roundtable with the goal of seeing how the state can continue to help during the pandemic. Review Journal's Sabrina Hudson breaks down what's next for small businesses.
So part of the discussion during the small business roundtable was allocating an additional $50 million to provide direct support to small businesses. The idea is to add that to the already $50 million that's being offered now by the state.
Be sure to follow us here on 7 at 7 and lvrj.com for more on this story. Renee?
In your health news this morning, the Southern Nevada Health District and the LVCVA have announced their clinic site for the second dose of COVID-19 vaccinations. The Las Vegas Convention Center will be providing second doses of the vaccine. The clinic will open on Tuesday, February 2nd, and will take appointments from people who received their first dose at the Health District Clinic and are eligible to receive their second dose. Those who got their first dose elsewhere are being advised to schedule their second dose where they got their first one. In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the last couple of days have reminded us that the valley is no stranger to freezing temperatures. And if you have a green thumb, that means trouble for your garden. UNLV professor emeritus Bob Morris has some tips to help your landscaping endure freezing temperatures. Among them, using fences or short walls to block the wind, check the temperature and wind trends before planting, and don't use fertilizer after July 1st. In your entertainment news, it's Girl Scout cookie season, and this year cookie sales are going contactless. Customers can get their Thin Mints, Tagalongs, Caramel Delights, and other treats off of Grubhub beginning February 11th, getting their orders delivered to them while keeping the girls safe. The cookies will also be available at local Green Valley groceries. Cookie sales help fund educational programs and community service projects for the Girl Scouts of Southern Nevada, all during the pandemic. Well, that'll do it for today's 7 at 7 a.m. from the Las Vegas Review Journal. I'm Renee Summerhour. Thank you for watching. You can get the latest on these stories and more at lvrj.com. You can also download our free RJ mobile app to get breaking news alerts straight to your phone. We hope you'll join us again this evening for 7 at 7 p.m. See you then.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by attorney Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update is sponsored by Pro Group Management. You are watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.